Hi everyone, here's your guide to the Cricut Mug Press. Now this is a new tool, part of the Easy Press family, that allows us... Hi everyone, here's your guide to the Cricut Mug Press. This tool allows us to make really professional looking quality mugs alongside infusible ink pens and sheets. So it's really easy to use. So let me give you a guide to the machine first of all. Now on top you've got a power button. When you turn it on it's going to be red, and when it reaches temperature and is ready to use it's going to turn green. Then you've got 5 little dots above the power button. These slowly light up as your mug is heated, and when it gets to all 5 dots your machine will bleep at you and you are ready to remove your mug. You've also got a lever here. When you press this down it wraps tightly around your mug, which means you're going to get really even heat around the mug, so you're going to get a really good transfer of ink to your mug, so you're going to get really great results every time. Now you can use anything from 10 to 16 ounce mugs. They have to be straight walled so that you're hitting all of the parts of the mug in one go, but yeah, anything from 10 to 16 ounces can fit in here, and that's because as that lever is pushed down it's going to tighten around your mug. So you can see that blue piece moving, that's going to tighten around whichever of those sizes you pop into the mug press. Now when we're talking about mugs, you want to use sublimation mugs. Now Cricut have of course designed mugs to go alongside this, and those are going to give you the best results. They've worked really hard to make sure that the mugs are as straight as they can be and that the glaze is as even as possible, so you're going to get a really lovely and really bright glossy finish with those. But remember, any mug that fits within 10 to 16 ounces is straight walled and says sublimation on it will work with the heat press, with the mug press. So let's talk about how it works and do a little demo. There's 2 ways to use the machine. I'm going to show you the infusible ink sheets, but you can also use your infusible ink pens. Now we're going to talk through sheets first. So any infusible ink sheets will work. It could be the 12 by 12 ones, the Cricut Joy sized ones, or they have brought out special mug press sized sheets. There's absolutely no difference in these, just that they are a perfect length to work with the mug press. So any of your infusible ink sheets will work with the mug press. As usual, you cut these on your machine, face up on the mat, and don't forget to mirror your project. And then once you've cut it out, you'll have something like this. Now in projects in Cricut Design Space, you'll find the mug template. You can choose the edge of your design, tell it which size you want, and that will give you the template. And then you can add your own images, shapes, text, whatever you like to that template. And then what this template does is it cuts out your design on the normal infusible ink setting, but it cuts out this special shape to wrap around the mug twice. So it'll cut all the way through to create this design that gives you 2 little tabs on the end so that you can really easily stick your mug design to your mug. So worth using that template if you're designing your own mug, or of course you can pick one of the ready to make projects in the project section, or also if you search mug in images in Cricut Design Space you're going to find loads of really beautiful mug designs that you can use. So once you've got your sheet like this, all you're going to do is wrap it around your mug. So line it up with, start at the handle first, wrap it around. Now this template is cut just ever so slightly bigger than your mug, so it's going to make sure you don't have a white mark either side, but just make sure that you really are lining that up so that it covers all parts of your mug if you've got a full sheet design like I have. And there you go, that is stuck to my mug, ready to go. Now if you want to make extra sure that it's stuck down, or you're using just a simple image onto your mug, you're going to need the blue heat transfer tape. This is heat resistant and it's not going to melt in the mug press. So if you want to stick any extra edges down, you want to make extra sure it's stuck down, you need your heat resistant tape. That's really important. Don't use any old tape, it's gonna melt and you'll end up in a mess. Then all you have to do is slot your mug into the machine. The handle stays cold, so no need for any big heat resistant gloves or anything like that. The handle is going to stay cold for you. So slide that into there, press down the lever like so, there we go. And as you do that, just make sure that all of your design is covered and that your handle is in the middle of that gap. So just double check that. And then you're going to leave it. It's going to take a couple of minutes and you'll be able to see that progression happening on the top as it lights up. When it's done, it's going to beep at you as normal. I do have one already done so that we don't have to wait together. We can take a look at this straight away. So this is exactly the same design, it's just cooled down enough for me to touch it. Remember, this is heating up to around 205 degrees centigrade. So when the mugs come out, the handle is cool enough for you to pull it out, but it's going to be hot. So I would place it onto your easy press mat so that you protect your surfaces, and then don't touch it until it's cold enough to touch. So probably about 10 or 15 minutes afterwards before you peel away your design. So you just peel off your sheet and you can see here all of the ink has disappeared from my sheet and is now transferred onto my mug. And these are dishwasher safe, they're microwave safe. And because this infusible ink sheet is now part of the glaze of the mug, it means that this is scratch resistant as well and the colours aren't going to fade. So you can see that beautiful pattern. Remember, infusible ink comes in so many different patterns and colours. The possibilities really are endless of different things you could do, whether it's Christmas mugs, making a mug with a logo for your business, or just making something, you know, really beautiful. You can do that. Now the other way you can use the mug press is with infusible ink pens. Now you can use your machine to draw, or you could draw by hand onto copy paper. So just your normal paper that you use in your printer, draw onto that. Remember to mirror your design. If it's writing, just make sure you write backwards. Then you're just gonna wrap that around your mug. You need 3 pieces of butcher paper, so baking parchment, around your mug. That's just gonna protect the mug press from your design. You don't want it to seep out and into the mug press. So that's going to wrap around your 3 pieces, pop it in as usual, and then when it comes out, you can make some really beautiful hand-drawn or machine-drawn designs, colour them in. Great for kids to do as well. So yeah, the only difference if you're using the pen is draw onto copy paper, and then you need the butcher paper for the pens. You don't need it for the normal sheets, so just bear that in mind. The other thing you might be thinking is, Emma, what if I want to use a mix of both, pens and sheets? You totally can. Just remember with infusible ink that it is an ink, so 2 colours together will create a new colour, generally a brown or a black. And if you're doing 2 layers on top of each other, you want to wait for the mug to cool completely in between each one, and make sure you cover everything with butcher paper if you're putting it in again, just to protect your press. It needs to cool down completely because the machine actually reads the temperature of the mug. So if it's already hot when it goes in, it's going to think it's already done. So just make sure you do your sheets, let it cool, and then do your pens, or vice versa. If you want to use a couple of colours of sheets, that's totally fine. Just make sure your design is sliced out of other pieces. Like this mug here. So I cut this design twice and transferred the pieces of the green design onto my red sheet and put them on there together, and then I press that all at once. So that's the way to do those. You just move the pieces and insert them kind of like a puzzle, get all your pieces onto one sheet, and then you can press in one go. It's super, super simple to use. It's honestly as easy as wrapping your design around, popping it in the mug press, pressing down on here and waiting a couple of minutes for it to be done. So, so simple. Just remember, inside of here is hot, very hot, so make sure no hands or paws get into this section, but remember your handle here will stay cold the whole time, so no need to worry about that. You can get it out with ease. And that is the mug press. Super exciting. I can't wait to see all of the mugs that you're going to make with it. I know I've already got far too many mugs in my house. I'm gonna have to start gifting them to people, I guess. Yeah, that's the mug press. I hope this handy guide helped.